As day 3 rolls on, captivating scenarios have emerged.
Hee-haw!
Will some top pros finally have their main event moment? Will a band of brothers make an unprecedented run to the money?
Just gotta grind them up.
They all have the Mizrahi blood and the poker blood, so I think we all have a great shot.
Day 3, baby.
Can a couple of former world champions continue to dazzle the field with their talk?
That's right, baby.
And their play?
Just Johnny Chan action.
For the remaining field, hopes abound as we move towards one player's ultimate reality. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Alongside Norman Chan, I'm Lon McCarran. As day 3 of the main event rolls on, online players like Peter Jetton, Eric Baldwin, Billy Kopp, and Phil Galfond continue to move towards day 4. As do other top pros in the game, including Patrick Antonius, Barry Greenstein, and Gavin Smith.
That's how we roll in Canada. You knock us down, we go to the bench, we get stitched up, we come back on our next shift.
Fellow Canadian and top pro Daniel Negreanu was hoping that statement holds true as he finds himself short-stacked. And still at our featured table tonight, a pair of poker's most colorful characters whose chip stacks are moving in different directions.
Much decorated Scotty Wynn is on the uptick, but he's still below the chip average of 119,000. Meanwhile, lesser decorated Adam Schoenfeld has struggled, losing more than a third of his chips here on day 3.
Yeah, baby. Oh, do.
Going non-alcoholic, perhaps we'll see a kinder, gentler Scotty Wynn here. Day 3 often sees big swings in chip stacks, richer pots, and higher pressure to keep ahead of the ever-increasing blinds. The blinds at 6 and 1,200 on the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Pocket Cam. Adam folds ace-5.
Adam left the business role in the company he partly owned, went public, and he made a bunch of money, so now we've got him.
Now on the button, Ron Gandolfo. He works for New York City Transit, King 4 of diamonds.
Do I complain to him about the rats in New York subway stations?
From the dealer position, he raises to 3,000. Scotty Wynn with ace-jack in the small blind.
Scotty's looking for a fan to write his life story. Lon, I don't think Scotty needs a writer. His life story pretty much writes itself.
Just transcribe. A re-raise to 10,000. Steve Tulch folds, so the re-raise back to Gandolfo.
Well, remember earlier in the day, Gandolfo pushed Scotty off the better hand pre-flop. They're heads up again.
All in.
Gandolfo with a re-raise all in for over 24,000.
He pushes with a king. Scotty's got him well covered. This would be for about 20% of the champ's chips.
All right, baby.
And Scotty said, okay, let's do it. And Scotty sees he's in good shape.
Gandolfo decided to gamble here with 20 big blinds left. He's a 3-2 dog looking for a double up against Scotty.
In that earlier hand you mentioned, Gandolfo pushed Scotty off his ace-king while he was holding just ace-queen. Here's the flop. It is deuce 10-8. Scotty's still good with his ace-high.
Gandolfo now a 3-1 dog looking to double up.
It's another deuce, no help to Gandolfo.
Gandolfo now a 6-1 dog. He needs a king or a 4.
It is a 10 on the river.
Sorry, baby.
Ron Gandolfo knocked out by Scotty Wynn.
Hey, buddy, I take the A train a lot if you can look into that rat thing when you get home.
Earlier, Scotty had threatened to track Gandolfo down if he learned the amateur was bluffing him.
So now I know he bluffed me the last hand, baby.
Gandolfo paid the ultimate price. I doubt anyone else will be bluffing Scotty soon. Well, Norman, I do realize there's still a long way to go and a lot of people left, but as the main event rolls along and the field continues to shrink, the remaining players get to know each other more and more. And certainly there is already a fair amount of familiarity at this feature table.
Lon, tonight we give you the Prince and the Pauper. Scotty Wynn is indeed the Prince of Poker, and the 98 world champ is poised to make another deep run. And then there is the Pauper, Adam Schoenfeld, who took forever to finally cash at the World Series. Since he and I have that in common, and Phil Ivey has been eliminated, I now have someone new to root for.
Adam has twice as many World Series cashes as you, Norman, and he's making another run here.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Me?
Yeah.
46. And I used to look a lot younger,
Liar,
too.
you're not 46.
Wow. Well, that's a good thing. I thought you were much younger.
I'm older than Adam, and I got carded playing Keno last week at the Rainforest Cafe.
That's crazy.
All right, we go to a much quieter table, too. No mistaking the now muzzled Ted Board. He's continuing to observe the no barking policy at the World Series. He's looking on as 4 players just saw the flop. Jason Mercier is best with pocket 9s. David Williams sits with a gut shot straight draw. Filippo Candio has a pair of 8s, and Jordan Christos was dealt pocket deuces, and that's what he's left with. Candio and Christos checked. Mercier now.
Mercier always no wasted movements.
Yeah, trying to reduce the number of opponents with his pocket 9s, bets 8,300.
Williams cashed at last year's main event.
And he'll call. Candio gets out of the way. Christos lays down, so it's heads up to the turn. And the turn card is a 7. Mercier adds an up and down straight draw. Williams got no help. He's an electrical contractor in Maryland.
Oh, I have some recessed lighting issues.
Jason Mercier checks. 18,000.
Mercier's got a zen-like presence at the table. He's like soft jazz, very mellow.
And Jason makes the call for 18,000. And the river card against David Williams. It's a Jack. Mercier rivers his straight. That also gave Williams top pair.
Mercier, just 23, already with a World Series bracelet and an EPT title.
And with the check mark, bets 32,500.
Mercier has been ahead every step of the way.
Williams makes the call. And Jason shows him the straight.
I hate to see that card.
Williams shaking his head, but he was behind every step of the way.
Thank you.
Jason finished 4th at the World Series Europe main event last year, and he is pretty much treading water so far here on day 3. So from the 09 Bluff Magazine Player of the Year to the guy who has all but wrapped up the 2010 World Series Player of the Year, Frank Casella has a commanding lead, winning 2 bracelets this year. Frank on the river with 2 other players, Kirby Lauer and Mark Nino, and Casella bets 10,000. Action on Nino.
Nino graduated from UC Santa Barbara, college home of mild breezes and Lon McCarran.
He's already my favorite to win the main event, and he raises to 43,000. Kirby Lauer folds.
Before this year, Casella had no bracelets, 1 final table, and 6 World Series cashes. This year alone, 2 bracelets, 3 final tables, and 5 cashes.
And he calls for 33,000.
And Frank's not a pro.
Nino shows 8s and queens. Casella jacks and queens to win the pot.
That was hard. Almost threw up on my shoes having to call that one.
That's why I never wear sandals.
If Casella does not cash in the main event and Michael Mizrachi wins the main event, the Grinder will be our Player of the Year.
So Casella is our Player of the Year.
Not quite yet. The Grinder, holding ace-king, has called the all-in of George Kalitsis, who's hoping his pocket queens hold up.
Kalitsis will have that earring surgically removed after the main event.
Turn card pairs aboard, no help to the Grinder. The river card's a 7, and so Kalitsis will double up through Michael Mizrachi.
Grinder going the wrong direction today.
And it's a worse story for former Player of the Year Daniel Negreanu. He's short-stacked in a hand with 2 other players, Mike Adamo and Eric Carr. Daniel and Carr checked an ace-8 jack flop.
I think Carr is young enough to be Adam Schoenfeld's grandson.
Adamo's going to bet 5,000.
All in.
Negreanu commits the last of his chips.
98 total.
Action on Carr. And he will make the call to put Daniel at risk.
Daniel at risk and on edge.
Adamo made the call, so all 3 see the turn card of a king. Carr checked. Adamo bets 15,000. So action over to Carr, and he folds.
Make it straight there?
Adamo with Broadway.
A disappointing World Series for Daniel Negreanu is about to get more disappointing. He needs a jack or an 8.
Wait, dealer, they want to.
The river card is a 6, and that will do it. Adamo knocks out Daniel Negreanu, who makes a quick exit.
And once again, the main event gets the better of Daniel Negreanu.
Another bitter pill to swallow, just 1 cash in the last 9 main events.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Main event.
Back at the reel, let's get over to table 2. Jason Mercier now moving in the right direction, sitting with about 300,000 chips. Action folded to him, and he looks down at ace-queen off.
In 2009, Mercier won 5 tournaments and made 11 final tables.
In early position from under the gun +1, Jason with a raise over to Ted Bort, king-queen off.
His nickname is Road Dog, but that's because he moves around a lot.
Bort called to Williams. I told you he owned an electrical business. What would you call it if you were him?
David Williams Electric?
Exactly. With pocket queens, he re-raises from the hijack position.
This is where I have confidence in Jason Mercier. Ace Queen's a loser. He's going to muck it.
Call time. Just kidding. You're all right, man. Take your time.
You say
Been thinking for like 30
Nah,
seconds.
man, I'm just messing with you. Take your time.
Hey, Mercer, you want me to take him out now? You want to take him out, man?
Why don't you guys both try to take me out?
I like you, man. I think you're a pretty cool cat.
My wife calls me an all the time.
I hear you, brother.
Jason folded. Bort made the call. He'll go heads up with Williams and his queens. The flop is 8-6. King. Bort
hit
pairs his king.
How did it what?
How'd that hit you?
No, I look at my cards. I forgot what I got, man. It made me nervous.
Bort usually does like talking during hands.
With top pair, bet 16,000.
Call.
Williams makes the call.
When I look at Bort, Lon, I just think of a pot of water about to boil over.
Jack of spades. Bort still ahead. Williams picked up a flush draw.
I'm going to check to you. Trying to save my tournament life.
I hear you.
Williams does not check. 25,000. Bort will make the call. All right, let's see what the river brings. 5 of clubs. Bort with a check mark.
You got me beat. I'm going to check to you.
You got the king.
He's got the king.
Whew. I was looking for the river.
No barking, Fido. I think his water dish is over in that corner.
Oh, I was ready to go all in. I was ready to leave. I was ready to leave on that one, baby. They won't let me bark.
Can't howl, huh?
No, I can't do nothing. They don't want me disrupting the tournament any longer.
I heard you from, I was in the pavilion room. I heard you over here.
I'm going to bark my butt off. When they cut this table, I'm going to bark because they can't
He
tell
is
me.
a unique character, but Bort says it's his unusual background that gives him an advantage at the poker table.
I was born in Chicago, and I ended up in social services in the foster care and children's homes. At 19 years old, I left Chicago, went to Dallas, and became a male stripper for 3.5 years. Was working in various places to try to find myself, and actually ended up in jail. A lot of people said, wow, you had a tough life. I said, no, I had a good life. I've experienced everything. Seeing more gave me the experience how to handle things, how to work with people, how to be genuine. And I think it's made me look at people, and I can read people really well.
Talk to me or what? I got a good hand.
When I get to the table, I can pick up almost any sense anybody gives me. I don't care who it is. I'm a very dangerous player. A lot of people take a negative and make it more of a negative. Well, I take a negative and make it a positive.
Bort is now the founder and president of an IT company in California, but he's not the CEO, so we can't say he's the top dog.
Oh, back to the feature table. Scotty went over 100,000 right now.
Where's the nearest bathroom, baby?
You've been playing here in the Rio for the last 6 years. You don't know where the bathrooms are?
So I guess Scotty will sit this hand out.
To the left, to the left.
Action on Steve Tulch, amateur player, owns a paper recycling facility in Montreal. Ace Jack of spades.
36.
He'll raise it up to 3,600. The blinds are up to 8 and 1,600. Damian Roney with Ace King of diamonds.
He used to use recycled paper lawn when he was an economics student.
A re-raise from the small blind to 11,002. Schoenfeld with Queen 4.
Adam's shirt is made out of recycled paper.
Adam lays down, so the re-raise back to Tulch, and he calls for 7,600 more. So heads up, Roney with his Ace King, Ace Jack for Tulch, and there's an ace for both. Roney out kicking Tulch. Roney first to act. He bets 14,006 with his Ace King. To Tulch now. He makes the call. Tulch dominated as they're going to the turn, and welcome back, Scotty Wynn.
You didn't miss much, Scotty. Roney 3-bet pre-flop with Ace King and let out on the flop for 14,000. Adam Schoenfeld hasn't said a word. He must be meditating. You're up to date.
Turn card now. Roney ahead. It's a jack, and Tulch takes control with aces up.
Interesting card, Lon. Very interesting.
Roney with a gut shot. Checks. Now Tulch comes with 36,000.
Roney's got his thinking cap on, which would be hard to get over his head of hair.
He raises Tulch all in.
Wow.
Scotty got back just in time. It's like Law and Order. It really doesn't heat up until the second half of the show.
That's so sick. That is so sick. Why would you do that?
Because he's a kid with a dream.
Sick. If you have king, queen. I call.
Tulch makes the correct call there, and he's headed for a double up.
That's the right call.
Come on. Tulch does make the right call for his main event life. Roney will need a king or a queen to knock him out.
River card is another deuce. And Tulch doubles up to over 263,000. Roney gives up about half his stack.
Tulch is pleased with himself.
That's the biggest part of the day, baby.
Yeah, so the recycler could be turning his chips into cash money very soon. Scotty admiring Tulch's good fortune. Out in the field, another world champion looking to keep ahead of the pack. One-time chip leader Johnny Chan has put some heat on his opponent Josh Brickus after the river card.
Brickus had just doubled through Chan, knocking Johnny down to about 400,000.
Brickus giving this some serious thought against the two-time world champ.
Brickus 4 cashes at this World Series. He's about to get married, so he's under a lot of pressure.
And he does fold, and Chan will stack the chips. He's moving back toward that 500,000 chip mark. But big stacks can disappear quickly, and Billy Kopp knows that all too well. With 230,000, he checked raise all in on the turn with aces full, but was hit by a sledgehammer when he saw that Nikola Babel had quad eights.
Boy, when Billy Kopp goes out, he goes out with a bang. Last year he flopped a flush. This year he turned aces full. He went all in against Darvin Moon on the turn, drawing dead. He goes all in here on the turn, drawing dead to the last ace in the deck.
And he comes up short once again. Kopp knocked out by Babel.
If I'm Billy Kopp, I might think about another line of work.
And Kopp makes another painful walk out of the Rio poker room. Deja vu of the worst kind. Time now for Deal Me In, brought to you by FullTiltPoker.net. At the 2006 main event final table, Alan Cunningham faced a big decision against Jamie Gold and relied on his knowledge of the opponent and a keen eye. So we'll go to the river card. It's a queen, and that earns Cunningham the check mark.
I check and he bets.
$2 million bet from Jamie Gold.
I've been showing a lot of bluffs. I don't mind showing.
They seemed to be telling the truth a lot and made it possible to figure out what he had. So I'm pretty much going to call anyway. Just for fun, I decided to talk to him a little bit and do a little dance. I was thinking of calling it anyway. All right. Oh, wait, I didn't call yet. Hold on. You call? They're not going to show you their hand. They're just pretending like they're going to show it to you. So that's actually kind of a classic little tell. That means they're bluffing. I won't call it. You're good.
And Cunningham with a great call.
Wow, what a call.
Still Alan Cunningham.
He finished 4th in that main event, and right now he's sitting next to Donnie Mizrachi, one of the 4 Mizrachi brothers still in the main event.
He's the youngest of the flying Mizrachis.
Donnie, the magician, lays down to his opponent there, but his brother at another table, Eric, just won a pot.
He's the twin brother of the grinder. I think they call him the smasher.
Eric picking up a few more chips. He needs all he can to make the money.
Huge.
Not a huge chip stack yet.
Over to the Ringo of this Fab Four.
That would be the oldest of the Mizrachi brothers, 32-year-old Robert, and a hand with Lauren Kling, a poker pro from Las Vegas.
Really?
4 of diamonds on the river.
Psst, I'm Norman Chad. I kind of run things around here. Can I help you?
Lauren Kling. Oh, all in for Lauren, 146.8.
Oh, Ringo can't call. Can't we show the all-in player again? Please? Please? Thank you.
There you go.
I love romantic walks at sunset around the Rio Buffet.
Oh, fold quickly, Robert. Yeah, Robert does lay it down to Kling's all in. To brother Michael, who has kings up and in position to knock out Nick Stowell from Portland, Oregon, who'll need an ace to stay alive. River card is a king, and the grinder gets the knockout.
I'll say he's a combination of Jermaine and Tito.
And Nick Stowell will make the walk. So with that hand, grinder about where he started the day in chips, 221,000. Heading back to the feature table, Scotty wins chip total of 111,000, is still hovering just below the chip average right now, while fellow pro Adam Schoenfeld is still a bit low with 48,000. Action folds around to Adam, and Adam looks down at a couple of queens.
Adam once was a bike messenger in New York City and once was an agate clerk at Associated Press. Now I'm really not sure what he does.
From under the gun +2, Adam raises to 4,100, folded to Chuck Danielson with a couple of 9s.
Danielson's a legitimate poker pro, and I think Adam just plays one on TV.
From the dealer button, a re-raise to 6,600. Scotty now in the big blind. Looks at a tray of clubs and folds. Back to Schoenfeld. With his queens, he's all in.
48.
How can Adam look this serious? It's just poker.
So it's on Danielson.
Okay, I call.
And he makes the call.
You're ahead.
Hey, that's my job. Adam Schoenfeld is a headline, a 4-1 favorite to stay alive here.
Adams felt the sting of a main event bad beat.
You can cheer up. You got the best hand. Smile one time. I know you got a smile in there somewhere. There. Almost.
Sir, there's no upside to him smiling, but it's a nice thought.
Here's the flop and a queen in the door. That's worth smiling about, Adam.
Smile, buddy. The 2% hand is smiling.
Can we get a sweat with a 10? Is that okay? Will you allow it?
I'd prefer not to.
You got my suit dominated, too.
Turn card now. 4 of spades. That will do it. Danielson drawing dead. Adam Schoenfeld will double up.
Count it.
Is there a smile now?
There you go. There we go.
That doesn't count as a smile.
Don't be steaming, baby.
Ah, steaming. At least I lost it to Adam, not this guy. Here we go.
You know, baby, so far you're the nicest New York player.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Adam is thinking, nice guys finish last. I have most of your chips.
Baby. Baby. Oh. You get it, baby. You get it. Enough is enough, man. No. Enough is enough. Easy, baby. That's right. That's right, baby. Only thing I know how to say baby. No. Baby. No. Nut. Only nut, baby. Sorry, baby.
Through good times and bad at the World Series, Scotty's status as a true star in poker is undeniable.
You're the only one they put on the big screen. See this? Look.
You're the only one. I haven't seen anybody else.
Even when Scotty Wynn tweets, every fourth word is baby.
Action on Scotty on the Jack Link's Beef Jerky pocket cam. He has ace-6 and into the muck.
I would write Scotty's life story, but I just think something will be lost in translation.
Quite possible. Damian Roney looks down at 10-9 of diamonds.
This kid had a crew cut when the main event began.
From under the gun +3, a raise to 3,800. Adam Schoenfeld ace-queen off.
Adam famously was 0 for 27 at the World Series, no cashes before finally breaking through in the main event 2 years ago.
Adam makes the call.
Almost $9 million for first prize this year, Lon. That seems like a large number.
That's a lot of guacamole.
Roney eyeing Adam's chip stack. He should check out Adam's bank account. That's more impressive.
The flop now is 9-4. Trey Roney with a pair of 9s to take the lead. Schoenfeld no help for the ace-queen.
Adam looks pained.
He should be. He's got ace-queen. Roney bets 4,100.
All right, Adam, hand over.
Nope.
I'm rooting for Adam, but he's not listening to me.
All right, turn card now. Roney ahead. It's a king on the turn. Roney still ahead. Adam got no help.
By the way, is Adam under some type of gag order? I mean, Bort can't bark, but Adam can talk.
Roney bets 10,000, leading with those 9s.
I think Adam was planning to make a play here if Roney had checked.
Yeah, but Roney bet, so Adam folds.
No, Adam wanted to talk there. He's so conflicted today.
Yeah, Adam has not been very talkative at this table, but out in the field is a guy who talks out of all sides of his mouth.
What do you mean? What's the mutt you calling Mo a monster?
Hank Azaria entertaining his table mates between hands. That's the voice of Mo from The Simpsons.
Give me some duck, man. Come on.
21 seasons with The Simpsons. That is amazing. We'll get there someday, Norman. Another player who's had a role in a hit TV series right there. Jean-Robert Ballon was a contestant on Survivor. Right now he's in a hand with Barry Shulman, who put out a raise on the river.
I think Jean-Robert is a reality series all his own. He's like Kramer with a gambling habit. Actually, Kramer also had a gambling habit.
Yeah, he did indeed. Ballon makes the fold, and Shulman will take the pot.
Jean-Robert, 442nd in the 2008 main event. Adam Schoenfeld, 424th that year.
From a Survivor contestant to a real-life Survivor, Steve Buckner just laid down his hand after the turn.
How is Steve Buckner not a character on a TV show? If he were on The Sopranos, they would have whacked him in season 4.
Well, he has been getting whacked here lately. Buckner down to 13,000. Let's take a look at some of the other notable chip stacks. Johnny Chan leads with over 420,000. Peter Jedden and Eric Baldwin sit with very comfortable stats. Back over at table 2, Jason Mercier, slightly above where he started the day, has 249,000. Action on David Williams here. He looks down at ace-7 of spades.
Even when it's hard to see, the ace of spades, Lon, remains the prettiest card in the deck.
Williams limps in for 2,000. Filippo Condio now. Candio peeks at pocket sixes.
He cashed at a no-limit hold'em event earlier at this World Series.
And he makes a raise with the small pocket pair to 5,700. Over to Bill Melvin, the amateur from Huntsville, Alabama, with ace-king off.
A lot of A's in Alabama, Lon.
And he's got one of them there with the ace-king, a re-raise to 15,000. Mercier with ace-king also.
He didn't like college. He didn't like working. Jason figured he'd better play poker well so he doesn't have to do anything else.
Jason getting busy with a re-raise to 38,200.
He plays poker pretty well.
So Bort lays down. Back to Williams now with the small ace. He folds. Candia with pocket sixes.
So his chip stack, Lon, matches his shirt. Very nice.
I'm all in.
The big stack bet's enough to put the other two at risk.
The best hand I've had in hours.
Wow, Candio pushes with a small pocket pair.
I have to fold it.
Now a decision for all of Mercier's chips.
I'm so quick, man.
Lon, I am stunned, almost in shock, that Candio could 5-bet all in with pocket sixes and 100 big blinds left. It is the best hand, but the guy 3-betting it or the guy 4-betting it might have a bigger pocket pair. Candio's betting like he has the monster pair, and he's counting on Mercier not wanting to risk all his chips.
Jason lays down his ace-king. Candio shows 1-6.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, what a play.
One of us should have been in there, buddy.
Should have just done what I always do. Never fold.
You come in smirking like that, you're too cocky for this table. I don't like you.
Come on now, man. Be nice.
And that is nice.
Hey,
that is a
I
nice side of
know what
me.
you're
I
saying.
told you I was angry, so individual.
I try to understand.
That was a bluff. That was all bluff.
The young Italian having trouble following the conversation.
The whole time.
He was joking.
I was joking. I'm dead serious, man. Guys,
yes, I know, but I don't understand you.
Neither do we, son.
I think Jason wants a do-over there, but it's Candio who's counting his chips and is all smiles.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Main event.
Back at the Rio, the field on day 3 continues to shrink as a steady stream of players head out of this poker room. Former chess master Jeff Sauer hoping not to join them. He's all in with king-queen off. He's up against Donnie Kidman and his pocket queens.
Kidman, a 23-year-old Michigan pro. Sauer with 3 cashes in this, his first World Series.
Deuce, tray 6. Kidman's queen still in control. Sauer with 1 overcard looking for help. The turn card does not bring it.
Sauer is going to need a king or his main event is over.
The 32-year-old has had a nice run here at the main event. The river card is a 5, and that will do it. Jeff Sauer knocked out. Donnie Kidman will stack the 74,000 chip pot.
That was one congenial chess master, Lon. I hope to see him again here.
Oh, well. He certainly knows how to play the game. So Sauer heads out of the poker room. It may also be the end for Heather Sue Mercer and her chance to taste that cookie that she'll eat only if she survives the day. She's all in and at risk with pocket 5s against the pocket kings of Rafael Sanz Rodrigo. Turn card now is an 8, no help to Heather Sue Mercer.
And Mercer's got to have a 5 on the river or she is eliminated.
The river card is a 3, and that will do it. Sanz Rodrigo knocks out Heather Sue Mercer.
She doesn't get to eat that cookie, but she's got plenty more at the bakery she runs with her sisters in New York City.
Like Barry Greenstein and Greg Raymer, she should give the cookie to Raphael. So the poker room continues to thin out as day 3 moves on. Just over 1,400 players remain. But you could add a few more to that number if you include the many characters portrayed by Hank Azaria on The Simpsons. He's looking at a board with a lot of paint on it.
All right, I'll, Chief Wiggum. Remember, you're playing against Chief Wiggum.
He's going to handle it with Yosuke Sakiya, who puts out a bet on the river.
Book him, Chief.
Hank thinking about it.
Book him, Chief. I think the Chief is going to let him get away.
Not a great board for this hand.
Azaria shows pocket 9s and folds.
I'm not playing as Chief Wiggum anymore, that's for damn sure. I should have known. Chief Wiggum, nothing goes right for Chief Wiggum.
So Chief Wiggum has to give up a few chips. But overall, how would the characters from Springfield do at the poker table?
I started playing poker around the time I started working on The Simpsons, yeah. I had a good hand.
They're here.
Mo would not take a bad beat well. No, Mo would curse. Why you?
when I get a hold of you, I'm gonna stick your face so far down your throat you'll be able to see out your rear end.
You would say things like that.
Now, Professor Frank would have a decent chance of being a wonderful card player. He would definitely know the odds in any given moment. He would certainly be aware of the correct play to make.
Comic book guy would probably go, consider yourself all in. He'd probably turn it around on you. He'd make it like weird. You, sir, are all in. I feel that Apu would be not a good card player because he's got 8 children, first of all. So he'd always be scared money. You know?
I feel Chief Wiggum would be an extraordinarily bad card player. You probably know how, but how do you say this politically correctly? He's stupid.
I wish I could say I make more money at poker, but thankfully I've done better financially with The Simpsons than at poker.
Sorry, nothing happened. We can all go away now. Go find somebody else to pick on.
Azaria has won 4 Emmys for his voice work on The Simpsons.
Or stay there and stare at me.
All right, we'll stop staring at Hank Azaria and go back to the featured table, where Scotty Wynn has been slightly more active than the rest of the table, as shown by a voluntary hand percentage of 20, putting him above the table average. Adam Schoenfeld just below that average at 16%.
Adam also below his usual conversation average.
Adam with kings.
Don't do it, baby.
You know, I've gone to dinner with Adam when he's talked for 2 straight hours, but today he's just having conversations in his head.
Adam does it. He raises Scotty's big blind to 5,000 over to Chuck Danielson. Chuck looks down at Pocket Jacks.
Pocket Jacks, Lon, tell him.
Oh,
Scotty warned you.
Don't do it. Danielson all in.
I told him, baby.
You knew it. You said don't do it, baby.
Don't do it, baby. You don't.
Scotty in the big blind with pocket deuces.
Oh, my God.
He'll lay him down.
Aces? I have jacks.
Danielson in deep trouble and at risk with his jacks.
Look at this guy. He's so sad. He's got me pipped by 2 every time. He can't even smile. Well, he's waiting for the flop. He's got a bad feeling. I got a good feeling about this one. I think I might make a flush.
I feel about 80%.
I have a pair too, baby.
I'm always rooting for Adam, but this Chuck Danielson is my type of guy, losing gracefully.
Here's the flop. It is 6-ace queen, all clubs.
Oh, my God. No,
Club sweat. Club sweat. Club sweat.
Can someone tell Adam that he's ahead and about to knock out the other guy?
All right, turn card. Oh, a deuce.
Oh, Scotty, baby.
Scotty fold the deuces.
Scotty, baby.
Oh.
Adam Schoenfeld, the Grim Reaper. Danielson needs a jack or he's gone.
River card is a tray. That'll do it.
Chop it up.
No chop. Sorry. Chuck Danielson gone from the main event.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Don't forget.
He'll be
nice
missed.
Meeting you. Scotty, baby, come on, man. Give me a hug. Let's go.
You got it, baby.
All right. Good luck.
Okay, all right, baby.
Nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting Adam.
You know, he is a nice player, you know? It's good for play with each other, not nasty people, you know? Mean, all that.
There's no stronger preacher than a converted sinner.
The most prestigious prize in poker, the bracelets. Presented by the official WSOP game on Facebook. Play online now.
Members of last year's November 9 were back in action as Jeff Schulman and Eric Buckman both enjoyed deep runs in this year's $2,000 limit hold'em event. Schulman was knocked out in 13th place, but Buckman advanced to his 4th World Series final table, where he went heads up against 28-year-old Brent Corsi. In the end, Buckman prevailed, winning his first bracelet and over $200,000. Last year's 4th place finisher in action in this main event, and a hand against Gabe Walls, who was a one-time chip leader this year and last year. After a king on the turn, Walls bets $18,000.
2 pretty good poker minds. Walls is 26, Buckman 30.
Buckman makes the call, and they'll see a river card. 5 of hearts. Walls checks. Buckman checks as well. Buckman says, yeah, I got a pair. He's actually got 2 pair. King's up.
And it looks like Buckman gets the better of that battle. Walls, another Magic the Gathering graduate. Buckman, a SUNY Albany graduate.
Buckman has more than doubled his chips from the start of today. He's over 300,000, but still far behind the chip leader, James Carroll. In this tournament, Carroll crippled Phil Hellmuth, went head-to-head with Negreanu, just knocked out another victim, and he's now the chip leader with nearly 780,000.
could be a bright poker future for the 24-year-old.
Another player who's rolling today, well, not just a player, it's Johnny Chan, over 700,000.
Johnny Chan.
He is clashing again with the other big stack at this table, Josh Brickus. Chan limped, re-raised pre-flop with ace-king. Josh Brickus calls. He's ahead with pocket nines.
Trying to play a big pot here at the end of the night.
I think Josh Brickus has borrowed Johnny Chan's sunglasses.
Brickus still ahead with his pocket nines. Chan bets 33,000. And Brickus makes the call.
Chan's been in a pretty good zone, but Brickus, a 30-year-old pro from Pittsburgh, is not backing down from him.
Turn card is another 4. Johnny will check that. Brickus likewise. River card, Trey of Hearts. Brickus with his nines up is best. Chan checked.
And it looks like Johnny has given up on the hand.
Brickus checks as well.
2 pair, sir. That can be checked.
2 pair from Brickus is good. It's 9s and 4s.
This Brickus fella can play, but he's got a marriage coming up. Good luck.
He is over 700,000 right now, while Chan falls below that mark, but still in a very comfortable position. Certainly better than Steve Buckner, who's been knocked out.
Later, cuz.
He made quite an impression during his short main event stay, and the cigar is intact. Back at the featured table, Adam Schoenfeld sits with 122,000 chips. Scotty Wynn has a bit less with about 107,000. Let's take a look at how they've gotten to this point. On the tail of the tape, you see Adam's success rate compared to Scotty's.
Scotty not only playing more voluntary hands than Adam, but having more success. Both doing most of their damage pre-flop. Scotty winning 12 of 15 hands pre-flop. But look at Adam post-flop with a very pauper-like 2-6 record.
And speaking of losing records, Norman, it's time for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky wildcard hand.
Sometimes I homer, sometimes I strike out.
Action is folded to Masood Nikjuyan in the small blind, and he has the Jack Link's wildcard hand. Good luck.
How do I put a complete stranger on a hand? I've got a better chance of telling you what he might order in a restaurant.
He makes the call.
Well, from the small blind, I'll put him on Jack 8 offsuit.
Scotty Wynn, King 4 of diamonds in the big blind.
If I were Scotty, I would have popped him. Less babies, more raises, Scotty.
All right, they see the flop for the minimum. The flop is 10, King Ace. Scotty hits a pair of kings. Nick Julian first to act.
He's cashed 4 times at World Series events.
Putting chips together, 2,500.
He's got nothing, Scotty, but I believe he would order bouillabaisse in a French restaurant. Pop him!
Scotty just calls. Turn card is a tray. That does not help Scotty win.
This guy's got nothing. Jack 8 offsuit, but I believe he would order a arroz con pollo in a Cuban restaurant.
Check to the river, another 10. Scotty with kings up.
You know, when you wear your jacket like a cape, you tend to bluff more than the next guy.
Masood Nick Julian bets 5,000.
He's got nothing, Scotty. Jack 8. But I believe he would order the Gordita Supreme at Taco Bell.
Scotty's going to lay it down.
Now, what do we got for this guy?
Jack Link's Beef Jerky wild card hand is Queen 5.
I let you get there, baby.
He took food out of your mouth, Scotty.
What was that?
You got lucky there, baby.
He got lucky. Scotty didn't call. All right, let's go back to table 2 where Jason Mercier is looking on as Ted Bort has 8-7 suited. He just called the re-raise of David Williams with pocket queens in the cutoff. So 2 amateurs to the flop. Williams with a 4-1 advantage. The flop is 6 Jack 8. Williams queen still ahead. Bort now with a pair of 8s. Bort checks.
Williams has been playing poker seriously for about 10 years.
And he'll bet 17,000.
Something about Bortlon, I don't think I could beat him heads up if we played 100 times.
He is quite a presence at the table, and he'll call with his 2 8s. Turn card 5 of spades. Bort still more than a 2-1 dog, but he picks up an up and down straight draw and checks again.
Williams working his gum.
Chips in hand, 28,000 of them.
Too small of a bet, Lon. That price is Bort in. Bort gets 3.5 to 1 on a call here.
And Bort does make that call.
If Williams bet more, it's a tougher decision for Bort right there.
River card. Oh, and Bort got there, hitting his 9 high straight.
And I guarantee you he's barking internally.
Let's see how much he's betting here now on the river with the straight.
Come on, man.
Everything he's got.
Oh.
And a call from Williams.
He got straight?
He's got a straight.
And Bort will double up.
Woof. Woof.
And Williams will hand more chips to Ted Bort.
There's that 8-9 shoved up right up in there. Oh, patience. And there's my boy. Patience. Hey.
Huh?
I just went all in with a guy that just doubled up in chips. It's awesome.
Norm, don't call me a donkey.
Nah, that's your wife's job.
Ted Board wanting to share his success with the family. And this dog is having quite a day.
That was big.
Back to the Rio, day 3 beginning to wind down, and Hank Azaria among the many looking to hang on and advance to day 4.
It's impressive Azaria's still here this late on day 3.
It's up, it's down. I'm still scratching.
Not unlike many of the 1,300 or so still in the room.
Look at the stacks at this table. Look what's going on here.
Yeah, plenty of chips at Azaria's table.
The mean big kids in the schoolyard.
Let's take a look at the top 10 chip counts presented by PokerStars.net. The biggest stack belongs to James Carroll, but the name that stands out among all the others is Johnny Chan in 9th place.
What a remarkable story if Chan could somehow win here 22 years after he went back-to-back.
Jean-Robert Ballon a bit further down the list, but in good position to add to his stack. He has pocket queens and called the pre-flop all-in from Marc Barrier. Turn card now, King of Hearts Barrier with a royal flush draw.
The Barrier needs a queen or a heart to survive.
The river card is the Queen of Hearts.
Royal flush.
A royal.
Royal flush. Yeah.
Ballon absorbs that blow pretty well. Wow. Runner, royal flush. Ooh la la.
And the French poker pro doubles up through Jean-Robert Ballon, who's thinking, yeah, that's just how I run. Back to table 2, where Ted Board and Jason Mercier are looking on as one of the tournament's biggest pots has developed pre-flop. With kings, Filippo Candio made an initial raise. Jordan Christos re-raised with his aces. Candio came back over the top, followed by another re-raise from Christos before Candio 6-bet Christos all in, which of course he called, and his aces have Condio's kings crushed. All right, here we go to the flop. Almost 700,000 in the pot. Queen 6 deuce. Christos still ahead.
What a pre-flop raising war between these two, and Candio on the short end of it.
A 10 on the turn changes nothing.
Candio about to be crippled. He needs a king to knock out Christos.
And the river card is the king!
Yes, sir! No, see! I believe Candio wins and Christos loses.
Jordan Christos knocked out by a lightning bolt.
My God, what a game changer.
Candio vaults to one of the top 5 chip stacks. And that's worth a bark from Bort, while Jason can't believe what he's seen.
The weirdest day of poker in my life.
It has been an eclectic evening at table 2. Back at the feature table, things are a little calmer for Scotty Wynn.
My day 1, my table was the nicest table I ever played at the main World Series. And then today.
It's a real treat sitting beside you, man. I admire your play, honestly.
When Scotty acts like the Prince of Poker, it is a real treat.
Walking around the halls of the Rio, he is one of the favored poker pros here, and Steve Tulch getting a taste of that here at this feature table tonight. Action has folded around to Scotty Wynn, and he looks down at pocket 8s.
Scotty Wynn came to Las Vegas about 27 years ago with $6 in his pocket and never left.
Raise.
He raises to 4,400. Tulch folds to Damian Roney in the small blind with King, Queen of Diamonds.
I'm going to bet Roney's got exactly $6 in his pocket right now.
He's got enough to call Scotty Wynn's raise over to Adam Schoenfeld in the big blind. Adam with 8-7 of hearts.
Adam is co-host of The Scoop on cardplayer.com with his good friend Diego Cordovez. When he's not there, they say he's on overseas assignment. Please. Adam's just wandering around Thailand looking for some good noodles.
He makes the call as well. 3 players will see the flop. It is deuce 6 king. Roney hits top pair. Scotty's pocket 8s are way behind, and Adam missed that flop. Roney checks the best hand. Schoenfeld checks the worst hand.
Scotty Wynn's going to take charge.
Yeah, he's going to see where his 8s are. He bets 5,000. Roney just a call. And Adam will sit this one out.
Well, with that coy check call, Roney's got Scotty just where he wants him.
All right, so heads up. Here's the turn card. Another king, Roney with trips now. Scotty wondering what Roney will do. He has chips. 13,000. Almost half the pot.
Here comes Scotty again.
Scotty makes that call.
Obviously, he does not put Roney on a king.
It's a 9 of diamonds on the river. Roney with the check mark. Can he get any more out of Scotty Wynn? Roney will try. 27,000.
If Scotty doesn't think Roney has a king, Scotty's going to believe his pocket eights are good.
And a call from Scotty. And there's the king. Scotty Wynn loses that pot to the French poker pro.
Sometimes even a prince can play like a pauper. Just a misread from the 98 champ.
100,000 chip pot to Damian Roney. And Scotty's feelings about this table may have done a 180 in the span of that hand. The emotional roller coaster of this main event. Day 3 was moving out day for a lot of top pros, including Phil Locke. But other big names looked forward to Day 4, including Michael Mizrachi, who leads a budding poker dynasty another step closer to the final table.
4 brothers, Day 4.
And Johnny Chan, who continues his quest towards a remarkable 3rd world title.
I don't even know how I got this chip.
Day 4 now lies ahead, where players can begin to say they're in the money. For Norman Chan, I'm Lon McCarran. Thanks for watching the World Series of Poker.